All right, so this is a very common question I've been receiving lately. Hey, Wale, does this still make sense to house hack even with this current interest rates? And the simple answer is yes. It's always a good time to buy real estate regardless of the interest rates. It's also a good strategy, or also is also a good time to buy real estate with house hacking. So in this video, I will give you 10 reasons why house hacking might be a good strategy for you to start your real estate investing, or even for you to just buy your first house. Now, there are three factors you need to consider. Number one is your personal goal. Does your goal even support, you house hacking? Number two is the market, like your local market. Let's say you live in California and nothing there would just work for house hacking. Number three is the strategy you're going to be using for that. Like if you house hack, how do you want to rent out the other rooms or other units? I'll get into this and other things. So I'll give you 10 reasons why house hacking still makes sense in 2022 and beyond. And if you've been sitting on the fence, why this might be the best time for you to actually jump in and do something. Number one is demand and supply. People will always need a place to live, regardless of their income, regardless of their life situation. They always need a place to live. We need a shelter on our head. That's number one. Number two is that because of the higher interest rates, you can actually use that to your advantage, because if other people are sitting on the fence, maybe just like you, don't want to buy a house because of the interest rate, what does that mean? It means there will be higher demand for rent. People want to rent a house because regardless if they're buying or renting or squatting, they need a place to live. They need a shelter over their head. That's number two reason. The number three reason is that real estate has a lot of hedges against inflation. I've discussed this in my other video. You can, watch it here and you will see why real estate has a lot of benefits against inflation. So inflation simply means your dollar amount is losing value. So actually I read an article that said $1 in 1945 or so is about $17.15 in 2022. So that was very crazy, and that really got me scared. So number four is that rents do go up every year or every 6 months. Rent will go up. If you're a good landlord or a good real estate investor that know what you're doing, you should be increasing your rent every year to keep up with the market rate, because this will actually hurt you when you want to sell the house and your house is renting way below the market value. Investors are not going to give you top dollars because they have to go put in the work for them to get that rent to the market value. That's number four. Number five is appreciation. If you're around real estate or you know a little thing about real estate, you will know that real estate do appreciate over time. Over time, real estate do appreciate if you keep it. Number six is that you will actually stop renting and become a landlord. If you are currently renting, house hacking is a strategy that allow you to live in one of the units or one of the rooms that allow you to start collecting rent instead of you paying that rent. Number seven is that you're going to build your rental portfolio. Rental portfolio simply means you're buying one or two rental property every year with as little as 3.5% FHA loan. I've even helped people to do it with a VA loan with 0% out of their pocket. And there are also lenders that will even, borrow you 100% to buy a house. So all you have to come out of pocket is your closing cost. So this is a no-brainer for every action takers out there. The number 8 is actually the tax advantages that real estate has to offer. Either you're buying as your primary resident, either is an investment property, real estate has a lot of tax advantages. I will mention a couple of them here and you can talk to your CPA to get more details. Depreciation, actually this is not the opposite of appreciation. Depreciation is just a tax term or a tax lingo that the IRS use with the understanding that your new construction you bought in 2015 will not be as sound as the same house that was built in 2022. So bottom line is that they believe that real estate depreciates in structure over time, but in the dollar amount, notation, they go up in value over the years. So that's depreciation for you, because I see a lot of people confusing depreciation for, does it mean it's going down? No, it's just a IRS term for real estate losing the structural value over the years. So, but in the in money sense, they go up in value. So that's depreciation. Cost segregation is another tax advantages. I don't want to get into that. Those are very advanced, tax strategies. And also income write-offs. Income write-offs. A lot of people make a lot of money. I've seen a lot of medical doctors that make a lot of money, and they want to use real estate as a shelter or as a filter or as a protection to reduce their tax burden. So they actually buy real estate in order to reduce how much they can, they have to pay in taxes. So talk to your CPA again. I'm not a CPA. But if you need a recommendation, I can definitely guide you to the right one. So number 9 is that easy way for you to start real estate investing. Again, house hacking simply means you buy a duplex, or you buy a fourplex, or you buy a single family home. You live in one of the units. If it's a duplex, you can live in one, rent out the other one. If it's a triplex, you live in one, rent out the other 2. If it's a fourplex or quadruplex, you live in one and rent out the other 3. And if it's a single family home, which is what is even common, because most of the house hacking I've helped people to do is actually with a single family home. Most of the time, these people are single, they live in the master bedroom and they rent out the other rooms. And that allows them to collect rent from those roommates or those tenants, and they use that to pay their mortgage while they are benefiting and capturing all the benefits that real estate has to offer. Again, this is a no-brainer for people that really want to do something. So that's number 9. The number 10 is the monthly cash flow. Now, if you do house hacking and you're collecting the right rents and you're doing what you're supposed to do, you may potentially cash flow. Cash flow means after you pay all your mortgage expenses, you pay all your utilities, whatever is left, that is for you to keep in your bank account. It's called cash flow. And this is a pure cash flow that is after all expenses. So there's a potential for you to have some cash flow from there. Now, this is the caveat. I mentioned market in the beginning. If you're in an expensive market like California, New York, you may not cash flow. As a matter of fact, you may have to be coming out of pocket with some money every month to meet up your mortgage obligation. And this is quite very easy to understand because the price points are very high in that place. But it still makes sense for you to buy, because would you rather be paying a little bit money out of your pocket to have a house in California, or will you rather continue to pay that $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 monthly rent, and you don't know what is even going to be next year? So this is why house hacking still makes sense in any market, at any market condition or any interest rate. So if you really want to get into more details and dive into your specific situation about house hacking, I would say you should consider giving me a call. My phone number is everywhere. My links to my calendar is everywhere. You can connect with me on Instagram, and I will see how much, what is going on with your situation, and actually tell you if house hack is the best situation for you, or you should not even do house hacking. So I'm all about giving value as much as I can. Thank you. Bye-bye.